Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Python tutorial. This is episode 2 of this basic Python tutorial series. Thank you for coming back. If you guys haven't checked out the first video, go ahead and check that out right now before you come to this. Alright, so last class we left off right here in our first Jupyter notebook. I hope you guys have downloaded Atacon and Navigator. If you guys haven't, that's fine. If you guys just want to watch through this tutorial, that's fine also. We finished with some number analyzing, with the plus minus, and some variable assigning to numbers, and a function, and also understanding the print function, a very, very important function in Python. Alright, today we're going to be talking more on variable assignment. Now, last class I talked to you about what a variable was. It basically stores data. And variables are very, very important in Python because coding is essentially about data. So remember last class when we looked at this table? Now this table is especially important for variable assigning because it's important to know how you store your variables. For example, integers are stored just as numbers. But strings can also be numbers, but they're stored with quotation marks at the top. And these are very, very different. We're also going to be looking at lists today, so just pay attention to this really quickly. Alright, so to assign a variable, last class we learned assigning a variable, for example, how many apples, and we use the equal sign to assign data. In this case, with the integer of 9. Now, I'm going to show you guys something how to check whether a variable is an integer or a string. Now, let's check the type of this. So we press type, and you'll know it's a function because it lights up in green, which is a useful way of knowing if you're doing a function or not. And then we're going to use a brackets and type in none. And here we can see that it's integer because it's a number. Now let's just put a pair of quotation marks around it. You see it lighting up red? That defines that it's actually now a string. Now you'll see that it actually changes to strings because it in fact is a string. Let's assign a value to, let's say, hamburgers. Hamburgers are tasty. That alright? Let's just run that. Now let's type out hamburgers again. Now if you run this, what comes out is tasty. In the quotation marks to represent that as a string. Easy enough, right? Now let's say we want to make our list. A list is basically a storage of values which are mutable, which means we can change that, and we'll come to that in the next episode. But right now, just focus on this. Let's create my underscore list. And let's equal. Let's put a value. Remember, lists are always in box brackets. And let's create some values. Let's just put 12, and we separate numbers in the list or data in the list by a comma. 15. And let's put a string in there as well. Let's put string, so it's easily identifiable. Let's just run that. Now let's say we want to print my list. Let's go ahead and do that. And it prints it out. Now last class we also talked about assigning integers to a variable. So let's just go num equals 12. Now we knew that if you press num, now we know that if you type num, it'll say 12. And let's say we times it by 4. And it automatically times num, which is 12 by 4, which is in fact 48. And that literally covers variable assignment for now. Now let's quickly move on to strings. Now we know that strings are basically text, basically a string of characters. That's how you remember it. Now let's say you typed hi there, I'm tech support, and we run that. It prints out hi there, I'm tech support. Simple. Now the great thing about strings is a very interesting feature people like to call string index. Let's assign a variable real quick to a piece of string. So let's just call this string equals hello there. Let's run that. Now let's say we want to check the length of the string. The length meaning how many characters there are. And remember, space counts as a character. So we go length, and now it comes into green. That's why we know it's a function. Brackets, string. And it comes here after you press tab. We run that, and you find out that it's 11 because it in fact is 5, and the space again, 11. Now let's go on to string indexing. Now we're gonna still use string, our string. So let's just type out string, and it's hello there. Now let's say we want to find the first letter or the first character in the string. So you type in string, and in box brackets, we type in 0, and here's a great part, and this is the critical part. It's in box brackets, and it starts with 0, because you have to remember in Python, the numerical order begins at 0, not 1. So we're looking for H, and this should print H. In fact, it does print H. Easy, right? Now we can also go string, and we can also print, let's say 5. And we know that 5 is nothing, because it's the space. So let's just change this to 7, and it prints out H again. Alright, let's just try another one. Alright, E. Alright, it's also important to note that you can actually index from behind. So if you put -1, it goes all the way to the back, which is E. Okay, let's say you want to just print out hello from this. You go string, box brackets, and look at where hello is. It starts at the 0 character length and goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 until the 4th. So if we go 1 and then we use ... to 4, it should bring out hello. Why is that? Because remember, we have to start at 0. But even though we do 0, it just prints out hell, and we don't want that. We want to print out hello. Why is that? Because you have to remember, when you use a function like this, it starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And pretend it's like a cursor. It starts at 0, goes up 4 spaces, but it ends here. So it doesn't count the O. So that's the important part. We actually have to go up one more character forward to go 0 to the 5th. So H to the empty space here. That's important. And now we print that, and we in fact get hello. Now let's say you want to get everything in a step of 2. And a step of 2, I mean like this. If you see this, it says, if you look at this and compare it to our string, let's just print that again. It shows that it starts at H, and it goes up 2 spaces to L, and then 2 spaces again. You go up spaces of 2 always. You can go all the way to 5, and it'll just be H and E. Now, let's say we want to add a piece of text to our string right here. So we have a string which says hello there, but you want to add, let's say, someone's name. How do you do that? Well, it's actually quite simple. You just do string, the plus, and in a string, you say hello there. I'm tech support. Let's see what it prints out. And like that, you can see it says hello there, I'm tech support. And this is how you concatenate strings. You may also want to say hello there multiple amounts of times. So you go string, and as we know, it's a string, so it can't actually be multiplied by anything. And let's say you want to say it twice. Hello there, hello there. There's of course no space, which may be a problem. But what you can do is go all the way up here to where we first assigned string and add a space here. Now if you run this, and now we run this, there should be a space right there. Great. Okay, one more thing. And this is important because strings have certain functions that you can attribute. Example, you want to make all the words in our string hello with hello there uppercase. What you do, use the tab function after you press dot, and you get all these different options. Let's go and find upper, which is right here. Using the 2 curly brackets to define as a function, we run it. And look at that, everything becomes upper. Remember, this is not a permanent function. Therefore, if you want to make this permanent, what you can do is just do s equals the string upper. We run that, and now we print out s, and it's hello there with caps. But in this case, let's say we want to make s lower again because we made that up, and it makes it all low, small again. Or we can do s split. And if you see what split does, it splits the 2 words defined and separated by a space into 2 different things in a list. How cool is that? Alright guys, that sums up this episode talking about strings. You got all the way to the end of this video. Thank you again so much and for all your support. Leave a sub right now, press the notification bell to keep up with next time's Python video. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something, and of course, see you in the next one. See you. Take care.